Hey, this is Steve Horvath coming to you from the third annual Greater Philadelphia Sports Show here in Oaks, PA. And I've got somebody that I really don't know what the guy does. I know, I'm pretty smart. Well, not that smart, but I've got a river ambassador. I've got a fella named Rich Connor. That's because I can actually read his name tag. and the first thing I got to say, Rich, besides thanks for showing up,
sure,
is what the heck does a river ambassador do?
What does a river ambassador do? Well, we try to do whatever we can to publicize the Delaware River, particularly the tidal part of the river, to publicize it, get people to use it more, and we think the more people use it, the better the quality of it will become.
Okay.
So there'll be active participants in upkeeping the Delaware too.
Okay, so you're involved in all the environmental stuff that goes on, trying to make sure there's not as much pollution, discharge into the river, stuff like that. You guys are all involved in that. And you're actually an angler, a fisherman.
I am a fisherman. Last year was the first year that the Pennsylvania Environmental Council did the River Ambassador Program and chose about 20 different types of people, men, women, of different backgrounds, kayakers, scientists, engineers, fishermen, and I was the fisherman, I think. There may be others, but I think I was.
Right. Now, have you fished the tidal river for long, or?
Yes. I have fished it primarily the last 30 years, I would say, because we live on the Rancocas Creek, which goes into the Delaware. We're from the Jersey side.
Okay, and to tell everybody there are no stripers around the Rancocas Creek in the spring. None.
There are no stripers on the Rancocas, and there are none in the Delaware.
Thank you very much. Saved all my fishing spots just now. But seriously,
they're everywhere.
You've been fishing the river long enough to remember back when the only thing that pretty much floated down the river besides dead carp were bodies.
Yes.
And the Delaware River has made an amazing comeback, especially with the striped bass run in the spring.
It's amazing.
Yep.
I had a situation about 30 years ago, 35, I'll bet. A good friend of mine was an avid water skier, had a real fancy water skiing boat. He liked to ski, and he told me, why don't you just drive the boat and I'll ski? And I said, great. He took a tumble, and when he got back in the boat, he said, as soon as I hit the water and got water in my mouth, I threw up everything in me.
Exactly. And that's a great example of what it was. And now, I come from a background of originally being a bass tournament guy on the river.
Okay.
And when I fished the lower river, the only thing we caught were largemouths. Now I'm catching a lot of smallmouths on the river. The grass beds are back better than ever. Now, there's a lot of dredging supposed to go on in the river. Do you guys get involved in that at all? Or?
The Pennsylvania Environmental Council is involved in it.
Is there anything going on maybe the average sportsman should know? Or?
The discussion that I was involved in as part of our class, we took classes once a week for about 8 weeks last winter and spring. One of our classes was about the environmental impact of the dredging. And according to the people who spoke that evening, the dredging will have no effect on shipping and jobs. That the bigger boats will not be able to get up the Delaware. It'll just make it easier for some to turn around. So all the dredging that's going on is not going to affect and add jobs to the Delaware River.
Right. Now, I'm looking at you. I'm looking right past you. And standing right behind you right now is Gary Loomis. I mean, the guy's like the greatest rod designer of all time. But we got to stay on the subject here.
L-O-O-M-I-S?
L-O-O-M-I-S.
The rod guy.
The guy. He's like right there. He's looking at me right now. I feel like a little high school girl watching the Beatles.
I think I'm going to get his autograph.
At some point, you need to get.
Oh, we're going to interview Gary Loomis next.
Definitely.
You heard it from me. I'm going to interview Gary Loomis. But getting back to the whole thing with the ambassador thing, that's something that's a great program. You guys have a website so people can go on and learn a little bit about what's going on in environmental stuff?
There's a website. If they go to the Pennsylvania Environmental Council website, I think it's pec.org, but Just Google in Pennsylvania Environmental Council. All of the information about the Delaware River Ambassador Program is on there, and they are beginning a new class coming up in a short while, and they are looking for applicants. It's a tremendously rewarding program. You meet amazing people and learn amazing things about the Delaware River.
And it's a great way to give back to the sport that we love.
Exactly.
I want to thank you, Rich, for coming. I believe that we're going to be doing some stuff with DelawareValleyOutdoors.com, some links to your organization so people can much easier reach you guys. Again, I'm here at the Greater Philadelphia Outdoor Show. It runs from today until Sunday. There's all kinds of people here. I'm meeting all kinds of new people. It's a great show. You need to come out and check it out.